community. I'm Lindsay Berg, three-time Olympian, two-time silver medalist. For this week's spotlight, we have Cami Minor. Cami is a setter for Mizuno Long Beach 18 Rockstar. Cami just finished her junior year of high school and has yet to announce where she will be in the fall 2021. We are all anxiously waiting. So Cami, I've watched your highlight video. Whoa, I'm so impressed. I love how high you take the ball. It makes it so hard to read your sets. And watch
Thank
out,
you.
even a bigger threat when a setter is an attacker as you are. I was definitely not putting balls down like that in my prime. And I believe I was told not to dump. But now on to you. Let's get to these questions. First of all, what was the first sport you ever played?
Okay, well, the first sport I ever played was actually tennis, and it was interesting. I started just because a couple of my friends from my elementary school were playing, and I only stuck with it for maybe a year or two, and I hated the fact that it wasn't a team sport. It's kind of lonely, definitely, at practice and playing games. So I stopped that, and then I went into soccer, and I played that for probably about 3 or 4 years before I came to volleyball.
Nice. I actually played tennis up until I was 15 and then chose volleyball.
Oh,
So
okay.
I actually love tennis, but I
Hmm.
like the differences. But definitely, so
Yeah.
how old were you when you started volleyball?
I think I was 9 years old when I started,
Oh,
and it was just all the soccer girls went to play volleyball. So I joined in, and it was just a little recreational team. And then we eventually moved into playing club volleyball, and that's where I fell in love with it.
okay. So you're still pretty young though when you started. So you've had a good career
Yeah.
already. All right. So talk to me about what your go-to pregame meal is.
Ooh, go-to pregame meal. Let's see. Well, before club tournaments, usually we get food either catered to our hotel where we're staying at. So usually our club director likes to get us wraps, chicken wrap, lettuce wrap, or salads, or something of that sort, something that's not too heavy. Because oh my goodness, you cannot play, you cannot move on the court if you're eating something heavy before you play. So definitely something light like that.
Right. I wish someone told me when I was growing up not to eat a plate full of pasta. Things have changed.
Right.
But now we know a lot more about our bodies, and I'm glad we all have it straight now. So,
Yeah.
how about your favorite hype song?
Ooh, favorite hype song. Oh my goodness. There's so many to choose from. If anyone has ever seen my club team at a volleyball tournament, we have speakers blasting music throughout the day. We've been told by refs that are reffing ongoing matches that we have to turn our music off because it's too loud. But favorite one. Hmm.
Or maybe even a favorite artist or a type of music, even.
Um Definitely a lot of hip hop and even a lot of like electronic music. We're so into that. I don't know if it's just a Southern California thing, but when I moved from Vegas, everyone loves the techno music here. So we listen to a lot of that before we play.
I love it. So, if somebody else needs to get fired up, they need to find your guys' court, find the music.
Yeah.
All right, that's where the action is. All right. If you could have dinner with anyone in the world, who would it be and why?
um, Anyone in the world? I would probably say either Michael Jordan or maybe or Michelle Obama. Those two people. I think those two people, they're awesome. I've read um, a lot of books about both of them. I mean, obviously, The Last Dance just coming on TV. Michael Jordan's awesome, such an inspiration. So those are two definitely role models that I want to be like.
I'd say those are great ones. Speaking of watching things on TV, your Netflix, Hulu, HBO series, whichever channel you choose, that you're embarrassed to say you binge watched.
Okay, definitely. I've watched so many different things on Netflix. So much stuff has come out during quarantine. Um, so my favorite one is probably Outer Banks. It came out a couple weeks ago. I know you've probably seen advertisements for it, but I think that's been my favorite one that I've watched. But an embarrassing one, what I'd have to say is Riverdale, because I love it, but all of my friends, they hate it. They think the acting is terrible, but I love it. I think it's really interesting.
I watch those ones. I watch all of these high school series, and my boyfriend is like,
Yeah.
"You want to go back to high school? What is this about?"
Hmm.
So I get
Yeah.
it. I watch them too. So when did you figure out that you were actually good at volleyball?
It's kind of an interesting story because I didn't start off as a setter. That was my third position that I played. I started off as a middle blocker, and then I was an outside hitter. And so setting, I've been setting for, I want to say since I was setting seriously since I was probably 12 or 13 years old. That's when I really got into it. And I think my first real experience with it was I tried out as a setter for my first USA volleyball tryout when I was 11 years old. And I was an outside hitter. I had never done any practice setting or anything like that. But my director thought I had good hands. So I decided to try it out, and I ended up making the A1 team. So I was just like, I want to do this. And I fell in love with the position way more than I did with hitting. As much as I love doing that, it's really cool. I just love the leadership, all the thought that goes into setting. So that's
I love that coming from a setter. I might be a little partial,
yeah.
but I completely agree. The leadership part and the competition of just making your teammates better. And the competition for
Yeah.
me was playing against the middle blockers on the other side of the net. And
Oh
those
yeah.
things were really fun to play mind games with them. So I get it. All right. Speaking of
Hmm.
USA and the national team, who is your favorite player on the national team?
I would on the national team right now, I would have to say Lauren Carlini. I don't know. I've been watching her since I was super little, since I started setting when she was at Wisconsin. And I love her fire on the court. I love how she runs an offense. She's one of my favorite players to watch.
Agreed. I've been getting to know her a little bit, doing some interviews and panels with her, and you should check out some of the stuff she's doing for the volleyball community right now. It's absolutely great.
Hmm.
Okay, and lastly, what has being in quarantine taught you?
It has definitely taught me to appreciate just the opportunity to be able to play club volleyball, because with 18s, we were just getting ready to play in we had two back-to-back qualifiers, and the first one got canceled, and then it was kind of a domino effect from there. So the season's over. We would have had JOs probably almost a month ago now. So just definitely being appreciative of being able to play it, because when it's over, it's over. And it really shows you, or it's shown me, just how small volleyball is in comparison to to much bigger things in the community. So I think that's definitely taught me that.
Yeah, I definitely feel for athletes right now. Obviously, I'm retired, but speaking to all the national team members where the Olympics got postponed, and
Yeah.
speaking to a lot of club players, it's tough times, and we hope the best for everyone out there. And Cami, thank you for sharing with the VolleyON community today.
Thank you. Thank you for
Wish
having me.
you the best of luck in your volleyball career.
Thank you. Awesome.